My turn.
Yo, if you guys just seen that clip, I don't know if you guys remember what I was saying back in the day. I was like, I want to hit fucking Joe Biden in the chest with one of them breathing fire fucking drop kicks, bro. That's the kick I was talking about. Like flying through the air at both feet. Just stomp that boy as hard as I can right in his chest and watch him shit his pants. I wanted to fuck Biden up in that video, but anyways, we're on to this video. And this video is a motherfucking comment reply video. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to T, Kyung, V, everybody, man. Oh, I'm going to be talking about y'all's comments. Shout out to Shane Gill. Fucking, all right, Bronze Adonis. Shout out to him. Bronze Adonis wrote, even if they are doomed to witness this forever, how do we know we aren't? And even if we were, the mind wipe will only ever make it feel you've been here once. But yeah, it is messed up. I think this is like one of my worst fears, but I think the most logical thing to presume is when you die, it's just going to be like before you were born. He may be right. It's a scary thought, but we may die and be forced right back in again, just like Mario. Does Mario have any say so in his simulation? Savenek Aknul wrote from 1101 to 1114, laughing face. Don't be less me, you sons of bitches. Be more me if you do anything. But I don't know what I said in that time, but I'm glad you enjoyed it. Savenaknal. Digital Loom wrote, insanely great video, the realist. Thank you, Digital Loom. I appreciate that. Shangal Thunder 222 wrote, these Archons are almost like an AI. Not almost, they are AI. On a cosmic and dude, this okay, Shangal. Shangal, would you be willing to talk to me on here? Don't you fucking astral projecting shit or whatever? Like, dude, I got questions. I don't understand this shit. Um, so how is something in the spirit AI, which is like AI is like a physical technology, like it needs a computer chip, a motherboard, a RAM chips, a hard drive, a CPU, like it needs physical objects. So how is the well? I don't know. Like I have a lot of questions for people that astral project, but anyways, Shango, email me if you're willing to have a conversation. He wrote, they are AI on a cosmic and outer versal scale, like the platonic concept of AI aeons. They are what humanity's current AI will be added to in the future. All of reality boils down to a war between two sides, those attempting to bring it all back to the void and those attempting to keep creation going forever, using and being AI. He wrote, we made some big mistakes in the past. Those mistakes came back to bite us. Now we're here. We learned our lesson. It all needs to go. How could you get rid of all of it, though? I can't even get humanity to come together to fight this demon. So how would you destroy all of humanity? Maybe that's what's happening. Maybe the elite shared this. The elite. I don't like calling them that, but you guys know what I'm saying. The weird, bizarre, probably projections or illusions that are dick riding the demon that owns this reality. It makes you wonder if they have the same philosophy, and that's why they always keep it on the hush hush. Milk us, milk us, milk us. Build their black projects. Milk us, milk us, milk us. Build their black projects, and these black projects like CERN or fucking HARP are just really built to destroy the reality. Who knows? All I know is the people in power never have a nice bone in their body. I don't ever see this president hugging that president and going, "What the hell were we thinking? Like, we love you guys. The war's over. We don't have any issues. Sorry, we were violent. We grew past it. We grew up. We're going to start acting like adults now." Googleplex 7097 wrote, how can I drank 3 coffees right before this video, and when I sneeze, that'll tell you. That's what sugar will do to you. It'll literally make it look like your allergies are acting up, but you just start feeling sick. That's sugar, man. It's literally poison. Googleplex wrote, how can I feel bad when the Archons stacked the deck and rigged the game? That's a good point. I guess some people would argue that is what makes me feel bad. So I don't know. Everyone's different. Like I could tell people how I'd be happy after I'm done making a YouTube video, but I don't know if I can make them happy. Uh, hey, I'm V wrote, another hellish day at work. Oh my God, have you heard of the flat earth thing? Ha ha ha, people are so dumb. Oh my God, and those people who refuse to take the vaccines because they're suspicious of it. Ha ha ha. Breathe, V, breathe. It's not easy, though. I still get so angry and frustrated. It's torture having to be around zombies like that. And no, I'm not a flat earther, but at least flat earthers question the system. I sort of am. I don't know what the fuck it is Earther. If I had to be one thing, what I actually am is a confused Earther because I'm lied to by everybody. But lavish Chode Harry 2043 wrote, "Don't hate the game. If you keep hating it, you will suffer. Love it and play it to enjoy that's what God is doing." Uh, what do you? Well, everybody's different, lavish, and for me, as I became more and more conscious and more aware of what the reality was, which was really just letting go of old idiotic beliefs that were like shackling me mentally, uh, mental comfort zones. I became, the more aware I became, the more bored and less likely to get off on entertainment I became. Like sports, fights, video games just don't do it for me anymore. I got to a point mentally where I see the reality the way it really is. It's just very difficult for me to enjoy life and love it and play it. It's difficult to do that, even for me. And you can say I'm exceptional at, kind of just letting the shit go and forgetting about it. Superior Robin wrote, "Yeah, that's what the evil psychopaths are doing too. I won't like this game until I get some cheat codes for cell regeneration in the Fountain of Youth. Maybe the ability to shoot some fire plasma balls out of my hands too. This game is dumb as hell and I don't have the energy to play. How do most people get the energy to play? Question mark. By stealing it from others." That was a funny comment. Uh, that was a reply back to Lavish's comment. Julian No Name 9528 wrote, "Best video ever. Love, flowers, hearts, and fire. Thank you for being you, Chris. Rock out hand symbol." You're welcome, Julian. Thank you, love. She also wrote, "I can feel it too, like a slow mo phoenix, but it's coming." Yeah, you guys feel. I can feel it. There's definitely some sort of change happening here, and there always is. There always is. Just feels like it's in fucking molasses. Hey, I'm V. Commented at 26, 23. Yep, animals definitely commit suicide. I was having the same conversation with my coworker the other day. He went to the donkey shelter and they told him that they've seen the donkeys trying to take themselves out in multiple different ways. I believe it. I mean, especially if it's an animal in a shelter and that's its whole life. I mean, can you imagine it being happy to be alive? Just, anyways, Mo Sampson 8862 wrote, "I had to unsub from his channel because he often says to stop being curious and stop investigating. It feels weird, like he's telling us to remain ignorant on purpose. It feels like he has an agenda." Now, I think that what he's saying is that it's a waste of time. If he's talking about Matt from Corner Friends, again, I haven't watched it in a minute. I may be talking. This is why I don't like the drama, to be honest, because I really don't have a solid opinion on any of this shit. I don't care all that much. But Mo Sampson, I would say do what feels right to your heart, brother. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody. If listening to, if I think you're talking, okay, yeah, he's definitely said that's the video. So if you're talking about him and he rubs you the wrong way, then he rubs you the wrong way. Move on. That's what I would say. I understand your needing to say that, but he may be saying kind of what I'm saying in a different way. It's not. I'm not saying stop investigating. That's a little weird. I'm saying once you've realized what the machine is, it's a waste of time to investigate. So in a weird way, I'm also saying stop investigating. It's just maybe worded in a way you don't like, but this reality is a machine that's going to constantly give you a new conspiracy, a new celebrity drama, a new world happening, a new weather event, a new solar flare, a new. That's all this place does. Uh, Tadar I use me wrote, just got better and better. Uh, what got better and better? Ted Dari used me. I don't know what you mean by that, love. Project Birdfeeder Man 5491 wrote, at 2540, is it wrong that I laughed Joker style to this? Sea animals, beach. He's always got some shit. Anyway, sea animals. I don't know, man. If it is, then we're both fucked up, Project Bro. I don't know why I'm laughing at this, but he wrote, "Sea animals beach suiciding and people trying to save them." I don't know, dude. He wrote, regarding the fact humans not exercising, It might be a fear of dying. That's. I think I'd get along with Bird Feeder, man. Like really, I mean, him would probably get along with. Like you're right. You're right. It might be a fear of dying. There's a lot of that going on these days. I've only got enough health for gentle bike rides. You have your health, man. As soon as you know, or as you know, we only understand or relate to what we experience. Exercising is like Russian roulette for some of us in poor health. Now, about bird feeder, man, I meant people that don't have that excuse. People that don't have a medical issue, not like somebody with a thyroid disorder that eats 1,000 calories a day and still is like 300 pounds. Not somebody that has. I don't know what's going on with you. I hope you're all right, but let's play. Let's pray for Project Bird Feeder, man. Lord of the Realm. That was actually a great game. If you guys ever played Lords of the Realm, Lords of the Realm 2 was a great game. It's like old now, but Lord of the Realm, if there is one, and you have power to work through me, I would like to bless Project Bird Feeder Man with uh, better health in his life. But anyways, uh, I'm talking about people that don't have those medical excuses and just complain that they can't meet a guy or uh, no chicks will look at them at the gym, or it's like, actually, that's a bad example because if you're going to the gym, actually, I have more respect for you. Like somebody I know who's really big was saying that they didn't want to go to the gym because they didn't want to be judged, and I was trying to tell her like, "Sweetheart, are you crazy?" Well, maybe if there's just nasty people there or whatever. I was like, but no, it's when I see some 25-year-old fucking jacked, ripped up boy on a fucking bike, doing his exercise. I'm not. That shit don't impress me. When I see a fat fucking 450-pound dude up there doing that damn whatever it's called, the elliptical, whatever, and he's sweating from it and he's struggling, that dude motivates me. That inspires me. But anyways, but just like people that just they don't have any urge to try at all, but will still complain about the things they're not trying to help themselves with. It's like I just have zero tolerance for something like that. Oh, I don't feel good. Give me that cheesesteak and that box of donuts. Well, then sit there and don't feel good. You keep shoveling the shit into your machine. What do you think your machine's going to dish you out? A good, healthy experience? I'm not talking to you, Bert, for you. I'm talking about people I know personally that do this shit constantly running in circles in their little weird addictions that are killing them. But anyways, Project Bird Feeder Man also wrote 5491, if I didn't say it on the first time, but how much Mary Jane would you need before the get together to make it through? And then get the munchies and eat all the nibbles. Yeah, it's a dude. It's fucked up is I think what started my original gut issues, Project Bird Peter Man, was me overeating because of the munchies. Like I was eating trail mix and it was fucking delicious, but I ended up eating so much my shit popped. Aaron 5283 wrote, "Why am I laughing at that? My shit popped. My guts actually ripped, and I was bleeding into my guts and leaking pesticides into my blood. I was breaking out full body reactions and like almost died. And I'm laughing about it. So I don't know why Project Perfect, why we laugh at shit that really ain't funny. I don't know. Maybe as spirit we are sort of like sadistic or something. I don't know. Aaron wrote, I'm pretty sure all celebrities, especially John Lennon, are Freemasons, CIA plants, etc. But who knows? I don't think all of them. I think there's a good amount of them. I think nowadays it's so controlled. Who the fuck could you trust? But I think back in the day, and it's still in modern day society, you could say there's still musicians and just philosophers that aren't subjected to the system that have their opinions and all that. But big voices, celebrities, yeah, they're like if you're talking like Beyonce celebrity, that's the one I'm talking about, like that level, Beyonce or what's that other girl there? Oh, yeah, Taylor Swift type of level. They will never say anything. Are they CIA plants or is she really the daughter of fucking what's his name? The dude that started the. They say that Taylor Swift had a resemblance to the leader of the Church of Lucifer, Anton LaVey's daughter. And she does. They look like twins. They literally look like the exact same person, but like, oh, maybe they're immortals that drink blood, and I don't know, but I don't know what celebrities are. For all I know, they're projections or illusions. They're not even real people for all I actually know. You know what I'm saying? Like when we get down to what we really know in this reality, we don't really know shit. Like, we don't even know if certain people actually exist anymore. This is about as much of an I don't know what it is realm as you could get. It did a really good job at creating a realm where nobody else can ever figure it out. Hey, V commented, another thing I really don't understand is the whole consent thing. There are so many NDEers who had to manipulate or had to be manipulated into coming back, but then there's those who are forced. I watched a guy on Jeff Mara's show the other day who literally said he told the entities that he wasn't coming back, like, no way, and they just shoved him back into his body. Like, what the fuck is that, man? Do they need our consent or not? That's a good question and a scary thought. Blissfully Ignorant, 1984. Guys, keep in mind, I may still be in the process of breaking some of these mental shackles. So I truly appreciate your guys' comments. Blissfully Ignorant wrote, no, they don't. Once you go into the false light, it's game over. You have to literally ignore everyone thrown at you at natural death and go your own way. But what V was saying, wasn't that guy trying to go his own way? Was it because he was talking to them that it sort of gave them power over his life? Should he just have stayed silent and like create a safe room or went the other way if there is a such thing as going another way? Seems like our reality sort of scripted or tracked. Well, Han V wrote back, yeah, I think so too. And then Google Plex commented on this same comment. He wrote, can we normalize not calling them entities anymore? Us and them are probably the same kind of being, only we are in the matrix and they're outside the matrix controlling it. Think mad scientist strapping his patient down and force feeding his mind an illusion. That could be true. We may be what we are may be the Archons. We may be the Archons that are feeding off of this thing's existence. And the mind virus is that thing having its own thoughts or whatever, maybe. For all we know, that could be what's going on. That we are the thing that feeds off of this poor physical entity's little existence. We're the thing infiltrating its mind, like the mind virus. One of few, 5682. One of few. Don't you also astral project? We need to have another conversation again too. I need to start having conversations with some of you sons of bitches. Don't be a pussy about it. One of you wrote, the thing that sucks is it's the way my situation is. It's very difficult for me to set up conversations. It's very difficult. I don't have a set schedule, and I'm basically on call all day. Again, I can get moments. I can get an hour here or there, but those get interrupted a lot of times. I can't just get an hour straight through that often. What if you wrote, truthers need to start asking more questions and stop believing everything they hear from sources they like. Example, Forever Conscious Research. Does anyone ever question whether or not some of those testimonies are real? I did. This is something that I questioned. First off, how do we know if they're real? These things could all be NPCs trying to convince us that that's real, and we just die and stop existing in the end. Or they are the ones creating it. They are the ones creating it. He wrote, some of the stories sound silly and yet ridiculous, yet it's always just accepted. Not only that, but those telling the stories never seem to question what they were being told. This whole place is just bizarre. Yeah, it's this whole place. I agree with that. This whole place is bizarre and confusing and nonsensical, mysterious and just fucking corny. Googleplex commented back, their acceptance, 7097, I'm sorry, Googleplex 7097 commented back, their acceptance could be ego-driven, or they had so much trauma/pain in their lives that they find a lot of comfort in being told that the trauma/pain had a higher purpose. That was a great reply. Hey, on V commented at 3214, I never astral traveled, but I felt the vibration one night in bed. It was so weird. I got super freaked out. Yeah, you'll feel vibrations. You'll feel like heavy weight on your body. Like your body just gains 300 pounds or something. Just like you're sinking into the fucking bed. You like literally feel like you're suffocating. Han B wrote, they might, at 29 minutes, they might, laughing face. The thing is, we'll be in a totally different state when we die. Certain things that would never trick us now might do when we die because we'll be super susceptible to manipulation. Scary thoughts. Sometimes I think it'll be easy to escape, but man, I don't know. I think that's wishful thinking on my part, to be honest. Why would it be easy? I don't know. I really don't know. But they know everything about us, so they're ready. These are scary thoughts. Could be true. All this figuring out the matrix to get out of it may be a complete waste of time at the end of the day. Maybe we're just literally like, I go and I'm like, I'm sovereign and I'm going to create my safe zone and nothing happens. And they're like, shut up, motherfucker. And they just put me in a new body. That may happen. I don't know. Scary thought. Han V commented at 2549. I actually came across someone like that the other day on Open Your Reality channel. Her at is Lorraine Harding, and the video was that's the Chad channel, isn't it? Chad's his name, the guy with the hat or whatever. And the video was the interview he did with Tony Sayers. This was her comment. Great guess. I have been through the soul trap theory and had an NDE 2 years ago. I had what I thought was a strong escape plan in place and well rehearsed in this life. I still ended up being talked into coming back by several groups of elders. There is really important information for us soul trap believers. When I was in the void, I had no concept of this life or my strong beliefs. However, since I have returned, my life has been much better. Things that make you go, wild, isn't it? I sent her over to Mark's channel. And V commented, I think a huge problem we all have in the astral or whatever you want to call it is the lack of clarity. You know what sucked, V, is if we were just permanently sent back to this realm until we got our shit together, because then we're fucked for eternity. Anyways, whatever you want to call it, is the lack of clarity, lucidity, critical thinking. I mean, here's what I think. And I don't know why I think this, because I haven't died yet. But I think that we have to get to a state of maturity, a state of understanding, a state of no resentment, no anger, no hatred, to truly find peace in hell. I don't know why I believe that that's the life mission we should be on, but that's what I believe. She wrote, believe. Not know 100%, believe. She wrote, just think of your dreams. I've had stuff happen in my dreams, trickery that would have never, I'll talk about it, actually, I don't care, that I have never fallen for here, and yet I did when I was in that state. It's like we're being drugged. We can't think. We're just reacting emotionally to what's happening to us. It's scary, really. I don't know how to be fully lucid in that state. I don't know if that's even possible, to be honest. But if we're not lucid, we're bound to come back just like she did. And like, what if they attack us in the memory right when we die too? I think they're going to try all types of shit. They're going to attempt to get you with fear. You have to remain lucid, I guess is a good word. Calm, lucid and present. Don't let anything affect you. Don't let anything sway you. But I do want to say this. When I was a child, let me think about this. Oh yeah, I guess recently you could say my dreams started to get more calm or nice or just funny, actually. Like I recently, a couple months ago, I had a dream of like Joe Pesci beating the fuck out of 8 guys, and I was like cheering them on. There was like nothing to fear, but again, I don't know what it could present to me now to put me into a state of fear or feeling like it's a nightmare. Like if it started not making sense, I would just be the mature adult that I am and make sense of it in my mind. But I do want to say this. Not only did I never have good dreams growing up, every time that I did have a dream that was about to start to get good, boom, I would wake up every time. This happened to me 1,000 times in my life. A dream was just about to get good, and boom, that's when it ends. And I wake up with this super disappointment. It's almost like the same thing that fucks with us while we're awake, doing it to us while we're asleep, too. It's just in the dream world instead of the physical world. Dead Inside 674 wrote, religion is crowd control for the elite. Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's a great comment. That's a good way to put it. It's crowd control. Dead Inside also commented, Mario cannot exist outside of the Nintendo. Geez, what a coincidence. We can't exist outside of this matrix and the simulation. Did I just say this? Mario can't exist outside of his game or whatever. It's true. This is the type of comment that's hard for people to deal with, and I know because it's hard for me to deal with. I don't like to think that this is a simulation. I don't matter. My life's just meaningless, and I live and I die, and that's over. That's a scary fucking thought. But isn't that what we do? We run away from scary ass thoughts. No, let me create a comfort zone. No, I can't die. There's NDEs. There's people that astral project. So there is something that I am that doesn't die like this body dies, right? Man, you don't know that shit for sure. What is life 007? When I astral project, that could have just been a really advanced, like super sharp, interesting dream. Like not just a dream, like it was weird. Like I could feel the weather like in my soul and shit. It was just weird. But anyways, what is life 007 wrote? Our body or replied back, our bodies can't. And then Liberation from the Matrix replied to what is life 007? Our bodies and our current character. But we will remember everything we did if we chose to, all the lives we had. And Shangal Thunder replied back, either way, end it. Fish and Bandits wrote, scripture equals scripted literature. Yes, it does. P. Subaruginosa. Subaruginosa. That's a hard name to say, P. Man, I'm just going to call you P. My boy P over here said, I'm at the stage where I'm going to start reading more into Gnosticism. Why? I would say why. What do you think that they know that you couldn't observe from your current level of intellect or consciousness? And how do you know that their beliefs aren't just going to sway what you would believe as a true individual? That's what I want to know. Why do people get into stuff like Gnosticism or the Cathar beliefs or whatever? It's like, I guess if you agree with it, I guess maybe it gives them something to relate to, like watching videos of somebody talking about the shit you're into. But you know, that's the only thing that seems tangible to me. The God of this universe is evil, and that's just an obvious, observable fact. It's been distracting me my whole life, starting with seeing UFOs and sending me down rabbit holes trying to figure out what we were. Once I became desensitized to that and decided I don't care because I got no answers. I saw an 11-foot tall Bigfoot silhouette with red eyes in the forest with my friends, and another 5 years was wasted trying to figure out what that was. I'm tired of being distracted. Sure, it was fun, but it's still just distractions. Amen. It's always at the perfect distance to just be noticed. Oh, there's Bigfoot. Oh, there's the UFO. There's the weird phenomenon. Oh, it happened. Video's over. It's like, what is this? Shit's corny. I'm sorry. It's just a distraction machine while you get fed off of in a slave system. Geodude 6244 wrote, I had a lucid dream of a spirit that's been following me since childhood of an old man of the house I grew up in. They really be creeping on you even after I grabbed him by the throat and slammed him into the ground in one dream. They do indeed like tormenting people, but he's scared to come face to face with me. Now I hunt him in the astral realm, but when I think I got rid of them, they seem to come creeping back. What are them? I mean, are they? Maybe they are a part of us. I don't know. Maybe there's something we create in our own soul or consciousness that we don't think is a part of us, but is a part of us. Why do they stay attached to us like that? Um, uh, so, Gio, do you try the imagination thing? I don't know if that works for you, where you literally imagine yourself telling this spirit to go. You visualize them how you remember seeing them, and you visualize you in spirit telling them go and don't come back. And you can even like visualize a bubble around you, see if that works. Mega Pancakes 24 WM9MS wrote, Spirit is a name for a drink. There are not spirit beings, though the guy would be normal flesh and blood guy who would be the same as other people, someone who can bleed or be punched and shouted at. What the hell? I don't really understand what he was saying. He's saying that these entities aren't spirit entities; they're actually like some sort of other entities or something. But yeah, Geodude, I had an entity attached to me during an abusive moment when I was a child, and it stuck to me almost my whole life. Danielle 86 wrote, "Great one, thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that, love." RM306 wrote, "Earth Realm, Heart Real 3. Interesting talk, thank you. You're welcome, RM." Dead Inside 674 wrote, "Chris, please explain the answer to the Mandela effect. Thanks in advance." Please explain the answer to. What do you mean? What answer? What do you mean? Like what? The ones that I remember the wrong way, or are you saying why do I think the Mandela effect happened, or how it's happening? I have no idea. I mean, I have assumptions or I have what ifs, but like I don't know. I think that could have been like a black government project that created the multiverse at one point. Could have been a world-ending event, and it just shifted us into a multiverse, another version of reality where things are slightly different. Could be a bunch of shit. I don't know what started the Mandela effect. I know it's real though. I know it's not just faulty memory. I have memories with other people where these products had the names we remember them as. Like, I don't know how the hell that happened, but Dead Inside 674 is a, and it's not faulty memory. It's not faulty. But yeah, faulty memory actually works like this in actual observable reality. Like, one person will walk into a college classroom of 25 people and they'll say, "Hey guys, is it Mikey Mouse or Mickey Mouse?" And everybody's going to say it's Mickey Mouse. Not one person. He's not going to go, "Well, what do you think?" "Oh, well, it's Mickey." "What do you think?" "Well, it's Mikey." That's not going to happen. That's how an actual faulty memory works. The Mandela effect is not a faulty memory. It's literally hundreds and thousands of people remembering the same thing wrong. That's not a faulty memory. That's not a, oh, humans are prone to remembering things wrong. No, they're not. No, they're not. In an individual situation, not in a fucking mass situation. That does not happen. But in the case of this reality, it sure does. Dead Inside wrote, "Why were we created with character defects but expected to rise above them?" Isn't that a great question? It's literally like punishing Mario for not being able to double jump in the original Mario Brothers. It's like, bro, you didn't program that into me. How the fuck you gonna? Anyways, our it's like an obstacle course for our emotions with strict drill instructors. If people are not tempted but act good, can them acts be considered good? If we arrived at an unsolved puzzle, why were we put here exactly? I don't know, but maybe this helps. Live as though life is God's design and you will improve and find more fulfillment. That's how I started. Um, I could argue for this comment and against it, to be honest with you. Infinite Corridors 4637 wrote, "No life review could ever count for anything. Since 1974, BTHE governments, what's that mean? Since 1974, maybe just meant since 1974, the governments of this realm have perfected remote neural monitoring technology, which is remote mind control. On top of that, they've been using a wide area body network since the mid 90s without our consent. Every single human being has been under remote neuronal mind manipulation since they've been alive in this corrupted holographic matrix." Yeah, this is also a scary thought that what we think we see as finding truth and worth exposing is really just, we've been so trapped. It's so far gone at this point that it's even pointless to fight. A lot of people believe this, and there's tons of arguments to make for this. He wrote, I mean, that would quickly explain why reality is so maddening. That would quickly explain why everybody can be aware of a demonic evil leader or government, but still just never get what it takes to do something about it. Isn't that weird? He wrote, "Therefore, nothing you've ever done that any other being or intelligence claims was wrong or bad could fall upon you alone as the culprit of the bad deed, because our minds have always been controlled and manipulated from radar and Wi-Fi, etc., etc. Isn't it super interesting how there are zero? Isn't it super interesting how people go out into nature and feel calm and peace of mind? Isn't it super interesting how there are zero NDE accounts where the person having the experience brings up the fact that remote neural monitoring mind control technology was used on them while they were living that so-called life they just came from here?" What is Life 007 wrote, "If we have a say in the next life, I don't want sex being a thing and and want a world that is set up that people naturally want to come together and is fulfilling." Yeah, me too. What is Life 007? I agree. It's like, if I'm going to have another existence, uh, can there be like peace and harmony and unity and kindness and sweetness and love and prosperity and abundance? I don't want to live in a slave realm with a bunch of nasty, negative people who are nasty and negative because they're in a slave realm. It just sucks here. I don't like this place. It's stupid. He also wrote, "We all want love and community, but this place is set up to have us at each other's throats. Isn't fair in so many ways, and even when you achieve some of the good things, you'll still get bored and or unfulfilled. That happiness is fleeting." Xazur X Hazel X wrote, "This video is tarded, laughing face. Is 2 plus 2 equals 4 true even when not written on a chalkboard?" I believe so. He wrote, yes, meaning you believe in metaphysical truths outside of sense data. Wait, if I believe, okay, so that's a metaphysical truth. I guess it's a, yeah, sort of. It's well, metaphysical is a weird word. I mean, because it's only in the mind. It's metaphysical. I thought metaphysical was limited to like spiritual ideas and stuff, but maybe I don't know the meaning of metaphysical. But he wrote, by that logic, how can the possibility of God not be true? Low tier nonsense from this dude. Who? From me? Uh, I believe there's a God, brother. Zura Hayes X. If you're talking about me, saying I don't, saying I'm saying there's no God. There's definitely a creator. I just don't think he's the same God that most people think he is. He wrote, furthermore, he believes morals are subjective, yet appeals to God's objective morality to say things are immoral. I feel like that was a twist. That was a twist that how you did. I like how you did that there. I mean, it was very interesting. But no, you're taking the responsibility off God's evil and throwing it back on me. You know, I could go on with how embarrassed this guy should be. Now go on. I didn't stop you from continuing the comment. The comment you left was kind of bogus and you really didn't say much in it, and you're saying you could still go on with it. The God of this realm is demonic and evil and wants you to suffer. And you don't have to prove me wrong. You just got to observe reality to prove me right. WLIA Society wrote, Dookie Rome boy, sing I'm just a Dookie boy to Shawn Michaels theme or I'm unsubscribing. Not just the hook. We want the full performance and do the dance. See you later, my dude. I'm not doing no fucking jig for you. What are you talking about? You want me to get up and dance and sing? Or you're going to unsubscribe? Goodbye. I ain't singing shit. What are you talking about, bro? Dead Inside 674 wrote, so I haven't viewed this channel in a long time, and I know his channel as Forever Conscious. But anyways, I still owe my buddy a fucking song that I haven't made. But anyways, he used to be, and Shawn Michaels, dude, his fucking intro music was dookie, if I remember, wasn't it? It was like some stupid shit. It was like, I was never a fan. I don't know why people liked Shawn Michaels. He was just like not a cool guy. He wasn't all that like imposing. He was, I guess he was a good wrestler. Like, wasn't he agile? Like he could do good flips and stuff. I mean, I don't know, but my favorite wrestler when I was watching wrestling was originally it was when I was a really young kid and I was watching wrestling with my buddy Howard. It was the 1-2-3 Kid. And then I guess he became X-Pac or something, didn't he? And I didn't even know that until way later. I didn't know that was that X-Pac wrestler, but and then it was Kane, the Big Red Machine Kane, because I didn't watch it for years, and then I got back into watching it for a couple of years, and now I haven't watched it for I don't know 10 years, or whatever. But Kane was one of my favorite wrestlers. Him and well, I had a few. I actually liked Chris Benoit. I thought Chris Benoit was a great wrestler until he like fucking killed his family or whatever. I'm sorry. Wait, let me finish reading this, but. If I were to choose a walkout music to sing along with, bro, it'd actually be Gangrel. His fucking walkout music was hard, bro. That Shawn Michaels shit was whack as fuck. But anyways, he wrote, he used to be highly anti-loosh, but I went back and checked it out the other day, and he's flipping to a definite loosher. I just think if you can't see this as a suffering world, hence loosh, then I can't understand that logic, and I absolutely cannot tolerate copes. And Ham V replied back, ha ha ha, a loosher, love that. Well, I would say if you do watch Matt's channel, take what you agree with and leave what you don't. Hey, I'm V wrote at 548. I can't. People piss me off every time. I can't pretend to be asleep. It goes against me. I've tried. Well, no, I would say don't pretend to be asleep. I wouldn't say that. I would actually just say embrace the true you. Unfortunately, if a lot of you guys embrace the true you, you would tell people to shut the fuck up every time they open their mouth. So I'm not telling you to be a fake version of yourself, but are you talking about? I don't know what V's talking about. I don't know what I wrote it that. Are you talking about small talk? I don't know what she's talking about. So I don't know. Hand V at 434. Chris, you're so freaking lucky. Family gatherings are hell. We have family gatherings. I mean, our family's starting to get bigger now. I'm saying growing up, it was just like me and my brothers. My mom, that was it, you know. And then I had a stepdad for a while. My dad would come around every once in a while, like a hurricane. Hey, I'm V at 339. I don't know, man, but it's just maddening. I just can't interact with anyone at this point. For my own mental sanity, I just generate negative energy whenever I talk to people. I'm always left either hopeless / depressed or straight up angry. That sucks, B. I'm sorry that you only know people like that. You should talk to people, or I would say, try to find somebody that's on your level and talk to them. That'll make you feel great. Just to talk to another fucking conscious soul. Maybe you should come on here and talk to me, B. Stacey Adams 3351 wrote, love, love, love your channel. Also, I have like 10 that I watch on the regular. Thank you, Stacey. I appreciate that, love. She wrote, you, the Green Wizard, Matt Apocalypse, Gina Marie, Colvin Hill. She's so sweet. Lots of tarot. Levette, Decode Your Reality. I watched some of Levette's videos like 2 or 3 years ago. Matt from Quantum Conscious actually kept bringing her up, and I was like, let me go check it. I just didn't understand what the hell she was talking about. I was like, what is this lady talking about? I didn't understand it, but Decode Your Reality. I sent 2 lots, but only get notifications from a few of them. Everybody has their own truth to tell. I just enjoy all you guys quite a bit. You are all such great ones. Thank you, Stacey. That means a lot to me. Um, Appreciate it. There was something I just want to say. Hold on. Well, you know what I hope is that if I am a soul that returns back, you're going back to the hell realm because that's what you're programmed to do. I do hope that eventually this reality becomes a decent realm, and that my YouTube videos as Christopher Sedaris in my previous life are still lingering in the reality and helped to change that reality into a good realm by waking people up in my future lives. If that made sense. But Stacey Adams 3351 wrote, I like listening to Matt. His voice is also relaxing, and I agree with a lot of what he says. And then Illusion of Delusion replied to her, if you want relaxing voice, try John Levi sometime. John Levi, yeah, he's a relaxing. There's certain voice. I could listen to Morgan Freeman talk all day. John Levi's one of them. Uh, yeah, I would also say, yeah, Matt probably definitely has a soothing voice. I think he's also he's got a very calming voice. But Bolt on Lad 18 wrote, you got a link to the channel? To what channel? To my Quantum of Conscious channel opinion video. Uh, am I subscribed to him? I don't know if I'm subscribed to him. Did I cover his channel in my thing? I don't know. I went back recently and looked at my subscriptions, and well, I mean, the name of the video is the name of his channel, so that is a link to the channel. Bolton, that's the channel I'm talking about. I don't know what channel you're talking about, but hey, I'm Vera. Hi, Chris. Had a hellish day today. Can't fucking stand people anymore, so I'm done with all of it. I'm sorry, V. This was 2 days ago. Hopefully, 2 days later things cleared up, but if I have any power in the realm, bring V some peace and prosperity and whatever else she wants. It sucks that I have to be a pathetic, begging piece of shit to get any kind of help in the physical realm, but Spirit, help us. You can see we need help. Illusion of Your Delusion replied, oh no, that's not a reply, I'm sorry, wrote, yeah, I am the same way. Something has happened to most of the people these last 5 or 10 years. They are not the same on any level as they used to be. Even with small talk, I can no longer be around them anymore. It is not just about my being aware of this hell realm and things they don't see. Something has changed them on a universal level. Maybe a technology that was implemented, illusion. It may be like what we were talking about earlier, like mind altering technologies, and we're literally in the program while it's happening. And then people are calling this reality a simulation. People are saying people are NPCs. People are saying we may be in the technology of mind control now. Hey, I'm B wrote that was a reply. Never mind. That was a reply to V, what I just said. And now V's replying back. She said, it's absolutely maddening. I can't freaking take it anymore. I just want to find fucking intelligent person, but that's impossible apparently. They're nowhere to be found. I'm sorry, B. And of course, YouTube had to hide my freaking reply. Once again, you can only see it on the newest tab. I'm just done, man. Done with everything. Exhausted. That's how I feel, B. It's just, it gets that point. I mean, boy, you can't even leave a comment anymore. It's like, it's exhausting. What is Life 07 applied back to Illusion of Your Delusion? I agree. Narcissists everywhere. And then Illusion replied back to V. I know exactly what you're talking about, V. I had it happen to me many times here, and it's really frustrating. He also replied to What is Life? Yeah, even the people I thought I'd never see act and talk like that. And then V wrote back to Illusion, I guess the Matrix wanted my luge today. It's been too chill. I was starting to get suspicious. And then he put a laughing face back, and then V replied back, "It's funny how you can almost feel it coming. It's literally a machine, and I hadn't fed in quotes it in a while, not a lot, anyways." It is when you become conscious of it, it feels like a total matrix or simulation or dream realm that's like consciously aware of your thoughts. It's just a bizarre reality. What is life, bro? I roll with both of you guys. Thank you. What is for being understandable and agreeable and nice and kind and peaceful and harmonic? Most people ain't that way. Most people are nasty. And the second you say something they disagree with, you must be the enemy. Daddy Dens wrote, "Why is there a hashtag called Black Pill? How lame. We all know where you stand in society." Do I have a hashtag? Oh, I do have a hashtag. My hashtags were actually copy pasted from some other YouTuber, to be honest with you. I took out a couple of them because they had some naughty words in there, but uh, am I a black pillar? What is black pill? I don't know. Maybe I should take the hashtag out. But Kurt Cobain's wrote, "Sure, let's try removing the gap." Isn't black pill like men going their own way or whatever type shit? Like we don't like women no more because they're bitches and whatever. Kurt Cobain. I might be kind of, but I don't know what I am, to be honest with you. I'm just a human that's confused in this fucking reality. Sorry, Zaddy Dens, for having that hashtag, bro. Kurt Cobain's wrote, "Sure, let's try removing the gaps. Better retention means it will maybe reach more people in the algorithms." You know what, Kurt Cobain? Don't try it on this video. Glad to see you're back, brother. I really like Lake of Fire. That's a great song. Lake of Fire. Plateau's a good one. Uh, my girl, my girl. My Girl's a great song. Bronze Adonis wrote, "Imagine if, did I say Lake of Fire?" Yeah, that's like my favorite. That's a great song. But Nirvana had a few good songs. Bronze Adonis wrote, "Imagine if God made us so we could teleport anywhere we wanted and we could design our own avatar of what we wanted to look like. That'd be awesome. That would be like, I don't know, true freedom. You would figure with the level of consciousness we have, we would have something like that, but we don't. We're like this very intelligent, conscious entity stuck in this stupid ass meat monkey that's like, I want to see some pussy. I'm going to go jerk off now. I want some donuts. And I want control over people. And I want to treat people bad. And it's like, what the fuck is this? Anyways, Mega Pancakes 24 wrote, God, dog with a question mark. Dog is God backwards. Lord is drool backwards. So it's like dog drool. And anyways, gold oil diamonds, grand old dummies. I don't really get it, but Chechnel wrote, "Do you think Pennywise made this realm?" Somebody liked Pennywise. The god that created this reality definitely had a sort of sick, sadistic sense of humor. Uh, Drewski68 wrote, "So many flaws." Uh, if he's talking about the realm, I agree. If he's talking about me, I disagree. I mean, I might have some flaws, but I mean, so many. Like, Hey, I'm V wrote, 2943 wrote, "Yes, I've been here for so long, it's insane. I never felt like a kid. I always felt like an adult, even when I was a kid." Yeah, right. Like, sort of like these adults are just dumb, and when I grow up, everybody's going to be smart. I literally believed that when I was a kid. Hey, I'm V wrote, "I was stung by a type of scorpion when I was a kid, poisonous but not mortal, and it hurt so bad I literally thought I was going to die." Oh my god. At 522, same. Humor is also one of my coping mechanisms. Yeah, I just start laughing at shit, to be honest with you. If I get real crazy, I'll start laughing. Like, actually, I would say it's funny because I'm the opposite of what you say a normal man would do. Like, if shit got serious, like let's say me and you were at a bar and you decide you want to just start a fight with me, when I start laughing or smiling at you, that's when you're actually in danger. Like, if I'm like this and I look angry, I actually still have my sense about me. If I start smiling, get away from me. I'm going to hurt you. Uh, I'm serious. I'm the opposite of the average guy, which makes no sense. But I start laughing when I get like super stressed out. I just start cracking up. Hey, I'm Vero. Okay, you've convinced me to vote for you. Vote for me. How are you going to vote for me? I don't know if I would take a vote, but if it's to fucking be to be the god of this reality, I'll take the vote. I could do a better job than this fucking douchebag. 2416 V wrote, "Oh no, keep the pauses." So keep the pauses. Well, I'll tell you what, V, I'm going to upload this one without the pauses and see how people react to it. If I see the comments and they're like, dude, this is whack, I don't like it or whatever, then I'll just leave them back in or whatever. Oh, this will be my first test. She also wrote, very well said at 2246 to automated failsafe of a shattered world. At 656, Jerry Marzinski is so valuable. I'd love to know what he thinks about epilepsy. Why? What is the common consensus about? I mean, it's just flashing lights. I don't know why that would send someone like seizure. I don't know, but T Fetch wrote, leave the pauses. Longer videos are fine. Okay, so that's 2 votes for pauses and 1 against them. Hey, I'm V, but I will say to do better in the YouTube algorithm is to have shorter videos. I've noticed my short videos get tons of views quicker, but my long videos are for, I guess, the deeper thinkers. Or am I spitting? I just like gleeked. You guys remember gleeking? I used to be able to do that, like where you like spit water out of your tongue or whatever. But what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I don't know. I think these types of videos need to be long. Like when I go on a rant, it would be very difficult for me to really lay all my points out in like 10 minutes or something. It's like just hard to do that for me. Anyway. It's like these are deep. Anyways, B wrote at 447, we should totally make or take schizophrenics more seriously. Hi, V. Winston wrote, this is as separate as it gets, that I am somebody somewhere. This prison of flesh can't hold me forever. T-Fetch wrote, cult bait, promoting anything in life and afterlife that delivers you from suffering to happiness. That's religion. That's marketing. The comfort zones people run to because their minds can't cope with the truth and logic. Somewhere, excuse me, guys, somewhere people lost their minds, then lost their way. If I was God and I had to create a reality, or if I created life, I would have done everything you said. I have something that's aware awesomeness. I'm sorry. I'd have something that's awesomeness only grew to better and better, happier to happier, and never any suffering to appreciate the good. Only truth would be allowed, meaning what is. I wouldn't hide what is. I wouldn't create what is not or knowing or good or evil or whatever it's called, which corrupts. The bad would be removed through problem solving, at least. If I was God and suffering did pop up, I'd automatically heal it so it didn't have, so it doesn't spread, so people don't turn evil and the corruption of any and all traumas related to this shit. If I was God, I might be smart enough to not create anything at all if there is an inherent risk of corruption / suffering. This is a great comment, T. Thank you. He wrote, with the foresight that it's cruel to create such existence and subjugate beings to it. I'd probably just go insane if I am the only being in existence. I wouldn't put anything through something I wouldn't want to go through myself. I'd end insanity in my creation if it was made by accident. Crazy people are the fucking worst. Jordy Kellogg commented, can you help me? And then he commented back to himself, maybe you already are. And then he commented, I think your pauses give my mind time to catch up with what I've just said. I think it's natural in human conversation. I catch myself responding in my head at the same time someone is engaging in conversation with pauses. That was a great, Jordy, that was the best way to say what I feel is that, like, okay, my videos are usually just rants or organic. Like I might have a few words, but then I'll rant. It'll be an hour-long video. So most of it's just like organic. And when I'm pausing, I would think the person listening is sort of pausing because I'm on a thought. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you take those out, it wouldn't give the listener time to think about what was said in an organic way. So I agree with this comment. But I don't know what you need help with, brother. I can't help you. I can't help myself. Like I'm in a hellish dookie boy realm. I definitely can't help you. I wish I could. What do you need help with? Maybe it is something I can help. I don't know. Tell me what you need and I'll see if I can help you. WLIA Society wrote, remember when they cloned Tyrone and no one gave a fuck? I don't know why that caught me funny. Jacoba 4240. Some things catch me funny. I don't know. Jacoba 4246 wrote, it's so all right, he wrote, it's so horribly obvious The evil that runs this realm have literally gone unchecked for thousands of years with zero fear of judgment. And thank you for this. This is taking me out of this laugh because it's pissing me off now. With zero fear of judgment and zero balancing of the scales for any loving God to help us. Some say we're in a spiritual where all I see is one way assaults from one side in this dualistic reality. Guys that are trying to find happiness out there, um, engaging with negativity will arouse anger in you, whether you're a happy person or not. That's why I say, like, take a break from the true community because it's always going to be bad news. You're like, oh, I'm struggling. Like, what are you looking at all day? Like, what are you doing? Do something that makes you happy or smile. Don't fucking sit there and look at conspiracies all day that tell you you're being lied to, you're being deceived, you're in a hell realm, this place sucks, and then like expect to be a happy person. He wrote, "What bugs me is when some awful tragedy happens, most reply with praying for you. The damage has already been done. How has it been allowed to happen? I think he meant happen in the first place." Great comment. I agree with that. I'm still going to pray for you, Jacoba. Lord, with the power I have in me, if Jacoba is struggling, help him out. Bring him some. I think he needs abundance. What do you need, Jacoba? Bring him some abundance, prosperity, peace, and whatever else he needs. Shengel Thunder 222 wrote, "It's only one-sided because we haven't been fighting back." Amen. He replied back to Shengel, upside down faces. I don't know, two of them. I don't know what an upside down face means. Does that mean he's unhappy? Because it looks like a frown, but the mouth's on the dude's forehead. Azur Hazex replied back, because people have turned away from God, duh, you've granted evil exists, yet deny any good coming from God because you don't see it. Do you know what a fallacy is? Shingel replied back to Azur Hayes, then why don't you just explain it to us? What that good is? With a question mark. He also said, I've been trying to answer your question ever since you left the reply comment, but it won't let me. Every time I do, it gets erased. Isn't that crazy? And then Jacoba put hands on the face and then said to Shengel, exactly. So Jacoba is saying that God is punishing Shengel for replying his opinion back to Jacoba, which if you call that God, Jacoba, then the God you're worshiping is Satan or Lucifer or some dark evil lord that doesn't want free thoughts and words to be spoken or thought of. He wants a restricted belief system. That's demonic and deceptive and evil. Jordy Kellogg wrote, this is a tough thing to nail down accurately without, like anything else in life, some experience, anything I've done for work or even hobbies I've had, the way in which I've approached them has changed over time as I learn more about the activity or position. So I guess if I were God, in quotes, of a realm, I would treat it the same way. Something to keep in mind, though, is that from what I can tell, there are small portions of people like ourselves that can see the bullshit, hear and feel it too, and feel held back. It seems like most people seem to not even notice it, so if they don't mind it, let them help you by doing the work for you, but also in a fair and rewarding way for them until they are ready to level up. It's the leveling up process that just seems a little unclear at this point. That was a good comment. Den Inside wrote, why does nothing good never randomly happen? Like, for real? It's a good question. I have this question every day. Den Inside, it's a good question. Carney Barbie wrote, love your videos. The longer the better. Don't remove the graphs. Okay, that's 3 saying they don't want to go. So I'm still going to do the run test. If I get like 3 or 4 comments like, bro, this shit's whack, I just won't do it again, but we'll see. Antenna Switch, go check her out, guys. Wrote, a loving God would not need to create anything if it is truly omniscient. I actually like her voice. If you're talking about a soothing voice, I like hearing her talk. But so it would be satisfied with nothingness. The fact that some all-powerful God needed to create anything shows it has lack. It was deficient in some way. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, here's the way I see it. It's going to be mean, but if you left your 2 kids in the woods with a pile of sticks and said, okay, build little houses with those sticks, and we're going to use them as blueprints to build a big one. And you left an hour later, you came back, and one of your kids built a beautiful home, and The other one built something so jumbled and weird looking, it looked like just a pile of sticks. Is it the sticks' faults for being so fucking bad and fucked up? Or is it the one that created them that way? Let's blame the hut for being such a piece of shit that the thing that created it. But yeah, let's take the blame off the actual creator and put the blame onto the fucking creation of the creator. Hey, Hut, it's your fault that this fucking kid couldn't build you properly. I was actually going to use a completely different analogy, but it was way too harsh. So I ended up, because I used two kids in my mind, I was like, no, I'm not going to say that because that would be really wrong. But I would, yeah, I can't say that joke. But anyways, Hang On B wrote, replied back exactly to Anti-Nihilist Witch, but illusion of your delusion. Actually, in the original thought I had, one of the kids had a mental retardation, but let's blame the hut. Let's blame the hut. Let's not blame the kid that started out. Everything God creates is fucking retarded. I hate to say it. Everything this motherfucker creates is retarded or goes retarded. But it's they're all false. No, it's the fucking retard that created them. Anyways, I agree with you, Anti-Nihilist Witch. That's a great comment. And you do have a beautiful, soothing voice, my love. Illusion of Delusion wrote, Mark Anthony. I mean, unfortunately, she has to talk about nasty shit because she's a true human being. But yeah, she has a great. She would be great at like reading books or whatever for kids to put them to sleep. Illusion of Your Delusion wrote, Mark Anthony, as well as the Rebellious Meat Puppet, covered this topic extensively. To If I Was God, yeah, I cover this topic extensively. To Illusion, we all do, and it's kind of what we do here. But John's Journey 4978 wrote, I mean, I talk a lot of shit about God, but to me, that's exposing who God is. Like, I'm still talking about God. He's a demonic, evil motherfucking demon that feeds off suffering, poverty, struggle, and war, and even rewards it. So, like, if you're a demonic, evil bastard and you want success in this reality, go and make other people's lives hell, and it's going to reward you. I don't like saying that, but that's observable. John's Journey wrote, if you are right and there is an evil creator, what are we supposed to do? How the fuck would I know? He wrote, that is the problem with this theory. It just leads to hopelessness. Well, maybe. If there is a way out of it, though, it would be good to know this information. So, I don't know if it leads to hopelessness. Maybe it does lead to your sovereignty. You don't know that neither. But Antonella Switch replied back, cut off the narcissistic supply to this creator by not continuing to procreate. Liberation from the Matrix replied back to Antonella Switch, it doesn't work. They can create avatars as much as they want. This may be true. Maybe if we blowed up the whole world, there was some dude living underground somewhere where his family were the blowed upness didn't get him, and he comes out and now lives in this new destroyed world like we're living in now from the previous destroyed world, where everybody became conscious enough that they were in a fucking hell realm and tried to destroy it. All the destruction left over is the fucking Tower of Babel. John's Journey wrote, back to Antonella Switch, yeah, that will show him the creator will just find another way to make souls suffer. Oh, yeah, that's true. Like, even if you destroyed everybody here, even if you, that's true. Like, if there's an actual creator and we all just went anti-nihilist and stopped having babies and every human in reality died, yeah, wouldn't you just create more humans? But if that's true and something's feeding off of us, wouldn't it die? I mean, I don't know. It's a whole chicken before the egg thing. Ronan's Journey replied back, then what's your theory or solution? It's easy to criticize. Shanghai Thunder replied, increase entropy eternally. Put the fear away for a minute, get creative, and you'll see that there's actually many ways to deal with such creatures and their creations. Be chaos, bring destruction. It's that simple. No, the only way to fully destroy humans, to fully destroy life, is to create AI, because what you need is a robot that sticks around that is not a biological entity to destroy all the biological entities. Something that will, in quotes, live and make sure nothing else lives in this realm. Kind of like Android 16 and 17, before Trunks went back in time and fixed all that shit. The anime for Trunks was badass. Like, his original dude where he had the sword looked badass. But when he went Super Saiyan 2, he looked fucking super cool. Nothing beats Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 transformation. That shit brought a tear to my eye, bro. That shit brought a tear to my eye, bro. Like, for real. When Gohan went Super Saiyan 2, when Cell stepped on Android's 15's head or whatever, and he's like, Gohan, I sense the power in you. It's like talking about now. I'm gonna fucking start crying, bro. Like you have the power, and like this dude, Cell was destroying Gohan's whole family, his most loved ones, right in front of him. He had little minions beating the shit out of him. He was being tortured. His whole family was being tortured in front of him. And this dude's telling him, I said, and Cell walks up and crushes this dude's head. This dude was an AI, so you see like his chip explode and everything. And Gohan, who's always been a little motherfucking beast, even when he was a baby, his dad would catch glimpses of his power, but he just lost it and went Super Saiyan 2 and let out one of the most gangster screams. Just so you guys know, if you didn't know already, Gohan's actually, that's a female voice actor doing that scream. She had one of the baddest fucking, I love that shit. Anyways, Shingo Thunder 222 wrote, destroy it. He left a link, Shingo left a link to something of folder called Forge of Destruction. I don't know if I want to click that, but Ronan's Journey wrote, how is, or John's Journey replied to Ronan's Journey, how is this a criticism? It's just a fact that if a God exists, we are doomed, and they are is nothing we can do about it. Oh, I think and there is nothing we can do about it. There's only a solution if this place is a reflection on the average soul level of humanity. This is a great argument. This is a great argument because honestly, it means that the responsibility is on us to fix the realm. If we're stuck here, we better get to doing something. He wrote, there's only a solution if this place is a reflection on the average soul level of humanity, and it can be fixed if enough humans become more loving, which I don't see it happening anytime soon. He put that in parentheses because I agree. It's just like this realm's so fucked up. But Liberation replied back to John's Journey, I don't think this world can be fixed on a human level because this vehicle is so limiting on our awareness to divided between incarnations. Only from our highest vehicle is this construct, I guess, spirit, in quotes with a question mark. John's Journey replied back to Liberation, it is obvious that many things can be changed by humans, like war, rape, poverty, theft, lies, etc. Just simple ethics applied can make a huge difference. The reincarnation thing is just another theory. There are other explanations for the memories, like spirit influence. Those were great comments, great back and forth. Oh, there's more. I'm sorry, there's more. Okay, so Liberation replied back, no, it isn't that obvious, since everything could be scripted and only consciousness incarnated could deviate from their programmed script thanks to some free will. If people saw what would happen in prophecies, there must be some kind of script. Yes, reincarnation is just a theory, but all the people have pre-birth memories. But all the people having pre-birth memories, people having near-death experience, or in hypnosis saw this. Hell, you can even remove a phobia you have from getting back to another live via hypnosis. Of course, we could be greatly deceived. Ronan's Journey replied back to John's Journey. Oh, we got Ronan's Journey and John's Journey. Maybe I should make my channel named Chris's Journey. He wrote, that is the problem with this theory. It just leads to hopelessness. Oh, he's quoting him. That's what he said. He said, this is a direct criticism against the theory, but what you said was factual. People you didn't understand the people, or perhaps you didn't understand the definition of the word criticism, which is okay. With this being said, from my understanding, you don't believe that there is a God in quotes, but that humans have the choice to change reality. And then John's Journey replied back to Ronan, criticism is something negative in my language. Why? I mean, if it was a no, there's a difference between criticism and constructive criticism. Like that. If somebody says, Chris, your teeth are bad, it's like, okay, fuck off. Chris, you're poor. Fuck off. But they say, Chris, I think your theory here was wrong because there ain't nothing wrong with that. The hero, I didn't mean it in a negative way, just telling it how it is. He wrote, no, I don't believe that there is a God, but the reality is a reflection of the average soul level of humanity. Now, that's a great what if. That we are where we're supposed to be consciously, and that until we sort of level up or become conscious, which is something we've actually never seen done in humanity. I guess you could say on a very slow level, we're going to be stuck in the meat monkey state. Ronan's Journey wrote, oh, okay, I don't see it as a negative thing, so that clears up the misunderstanding. Do you think that this is God, or do you think that this God is benevolent? Do you think that humanity is being tested by this God? Question mark. John's Journey wrote back, God created a good world at the beginning, I believe, and that world has the capacity to go up or down based on the human souls. The more unloving we are, the more this place becomes hell. But it can go the opposite way, which I don't see happening anytime soon. I need to make that what if. I have this weird what if about them altering the fabric of reality by projecting certain frequencies into the ether or whatever. But I'll cover that after a few more. Ronan's Journey wrote back to John, wow, I'm actually surprised that you watch this channel. If that's your viewpoint, what brings you here? If you don't mind me sharing what evidence, I was kind of curious too, but what evidence in this reality do you have that God is benevolent? No, that's not too hard to believe because what John's Journey's saying here is still something I could personally contemplate. That's not so far away from something I would contemplate. We could for sure be subjected to the realm that our internal soul level is stuck at. That could definitely be true. Uh, and maybe if our souls got to a higher level, things that we experience with a low level soul would go away, like only living 70 to 80 years, getting old, deteriorating, entropy, maybe even needing food would go away because it's just such a low level thing. Oh, we got to get the monkeys and eat. Like maybe our souls are making it a low level, but then inside wrote, but there wouldn't be any books. I don't understand. So my video, if I was God, he wrote, but there wouldn't be any books. If I was God, I don't know. No, probably not. Actually, no. Maybe he's okay. Okay, is he saying because of me? Yeah, I hate books. That's funny. Actually, I think about it. There would definitely not be books. No, that's funny. Anyways, if I was God, no, there wouldn't be books. There'd be videos and TV, and it would be an obsolete fucking technology. P Subaru, there wouldn't be manipulation either. P Sub wrote, you know what argument I hate? Everything has a purpose. Insects need to exist because of the food chain. people people made GTA in like 5 years, and that world functions pretty damn well without a food chain. Liberation replied back, yes, that's completely stupid. Like, you absolutely need to create a system where entities consume each other. Dot dot dot. And that's true. I mean, just think about it right from the start. I like to say, straight from the heart of creation, this place was evil and demonic. The creation itself is evil and demonic. And man, to get past stage one, you really got to start creating mental compass. No, I'm just here to learn. But it's like, fuck off. Peace up, bro. A great rap line I heard a while back was, when they were advertising for God, I applied but was overqualified for the job. That's great. V-Road, haha, I love that. That's funny. When they were advertising for God, I applied but was overqualified for the job. Carney Barbie wrote, this is so logical, and I can't for the life of me understand why people make so many excuses for this place. Of course, a loving God would create a beautiful, blissful world. This place is a shithole. I love your videos. Thank you. You're welcome, Carney Barbie. I'm sorry you were also subjected to this shithole, my love. Zer Hayes replied back to Carney, humanity rejected the perfect world he created by our own free will. How is that hard to understand? Well, it's hard to understand, Zer, because we came into this already destroyed realm we were subjected to. Even though we were good souls, we didn't create it bad. So why the fuck are we getting fucked with? Why is it our fault? You're making it our fault again. Oh, it's not your fault. Well, I'm just saying it's humanity's fault. Well, we're subjected to humanity's situation, though. That's not fair to us. Anyways, he wrote, this guy is a loon who argues in circles, grants himself stuff, and has a very bizarre theology made up of a very subjective view of God. He's criticizing a God of his own making. Well, then Azurix, your God's a total fucking retard because he created me. Your God's so stupid that he created an entity dumb enough to say he's stupid. Anyway, Anti-Nihilist 111 replied back to us, humans rejected this perfect world by eating a fruit? How did a forbidden tree and a talking evil snake get into a perfect, quote, world? Or in what way did humans reject this perfect world? Thank you, Anti-Nihilist Switch, for putting him in his place, and I didn't have to, but sir, you're brainwashed, brother. You're running to mental comfort zones to make yourself feel happy in the little hell realm that this demon owns. I wish you would break out of that, but if you don't, I understand. That is what it is. I don't agree with you, though. I'll say that. We'll have to agree to disagree. Uh, Mariana Livingstone 999 wrote, because you guys are at a very low consciousness, and except we had to break out of the matrix to get to this level of consciousness, but we're all at a low level of consciousness here, pointing out the fact that we're in an evil, demonic, suffering realm. Entities say very nice things to people with higher consciousnesses, just as I love you and you're beautiful. I say this a lot to people myself. I tell people they're beautiful, or I say nice things to people too. They also tell them that they think they're better than most other human beings and support them. Human beings are the real demons. The entities aren't the ones to blame. I don't think so. I think that the humans are subjected to the entities, whether they like it or not. Liberation from the Matrix replied back, human beings are entities, just at a low level consciousness. If they're not NPCs for some, and stuck in a place that pushed them to be ruthless, and there's many evil entities out there. Oh, there's definitely evil entities. If you, uh, Mariana, if you have not experienced evil entities, my love, you are experiencing a very different reality than I am. Maybe the Mandela effect or the multi. No, I'm sorry, the Mandela effect. Maybe the multiverse is a lot stronger than we realize it is. Maybe Mariana over there is truly living in a beautiful reality somewhere. That is not my realm, my love. I don't know where you see that. Chickmonk 9140 wrote, "Bro, I never was a fan of. People loved Ric Flair, and I just didn't understand him. And people always talk about what's that dude's name? Oh, I'm dancing with the Holy Ghost, and he fucking froze up for like 30 seconds. What the hell is his name? Bald headed little tiny black dude. What's his name? God damn it, I know his name. Just say it. But Ric Flair actually did that first. There was this dude. They were introducing this new fucking wrestler called, what was it, like the Shocker or something. He was just like this corny looking big like fat dude, and he had on this stupid glitter mask, but they botched it. They botched it. Somebody put a fucking 2x4 in the bottom of the drywall where he's supposed to crush through the wall, and he tripped and had to put his mask on and shit. But Ric Flair, if you watch Ric Flair during that little thing, he did the same thing that other dude. He just froze like and stayed there for like a long time. Like, what the fuck? Why do these people freeze like that? But anyways, Chick Monk wrote, whatever creates this realm plans to destroy as much as it creates. Yeah, kind of like us playing The Sims back when we were in elementary school, and then we would turn on the max weather and watch it all be destroyed just because that was something to do. And it's meaningless. It's a video game. Why the fuck am I going to care? Maybe that's how God feels about us. He wrote, not maybe. Look at reality, for Christ's sakes. Obviously. He wrote, maybe whatever creates this is entertained by us and our TV shows and can't wait for the next season of Rick and Morty. It might be that. We may be entertainment creating more entertainment. Maybe that's why wrestlers and baseball players and football players and celebrities all get paid so much, because that's really what's important to this thing. Just entertain me or die and suffer. Chickmonk also commented, you seem like a better God just for the fact you're willing to show your existence. That's funny. Uh, yeah, I would. I would fucking make myself visible. I would help people. I wouldn't just sit by idle and say, worship me, and if you don't choose me correctly, you're going to burn. Like, what kind of sadistic fucking psychopath are we all talking about here? Bonnie Scotland 7514 wrote, if I was God, the main thing I would ensure for my creation is no possibility for any oppression, disgusting, or evil thoughts/desires to ever be able to occur in the mind of my creation, which would eliminate any suffering imposed from one human to the next, as that is what we mostly see in this realm. This is a great comment so far, Bonnie. I agree with you 1,000%. I don't understand what creator would allow, out of all the possibilities there could ever be, grown adults who want to abuse innocent lives in the most vile ways. Like, what the fuck even is this place where those evil desires can even occur? God, what a fucking angelic thought. Bonnie also commented, another thing I've been pondering recently is how, yes, psychology reveals how and why things like cycles of abuse keep recurring, and you display current behaviors depending on what kind of trauma you have endured. Bonnie, again, I know I've said this a bunch of times and I'm repeating myself, but I kind of have to. I get on here and I can get mad, animated, violent, blah, blah, blah. When I get off, I'm actually very good at just not giving a fuck about this place no more. So all my old traumas were repeating for a long time. You're right. This is the way that I see traumas work. They're sort of used by negative entities as negative thought loops. It'll replay the thought over and over and over and over until you get to the point that you realize, well, I'm not abusive. So why do I keep remembering these bad thoughts? Oh, I'm not doing that to myself. Once you become aware, traumas can't, let me rephrase this. Traumas can't be used against me anymore because I'm aware of the mind virus. And she wrote, depending on what kind of traumas you have endured. However, does anyone consider where these evil behaviors began, as there must have been a beginning before any sort of trauma? Or would that just be put down to demons slash when they began infiltrating this realm? As I don't know if this place has always been this way. I think it's always been this way. I don't know. I think the government or the puppets of the entity, we'll say, are implementing technologies and stuff to just make it even more of a slave realm, even more controlled, even more observed, even more. Just this realm is getting worse and worse and worse. I hate to say that, but that's literally what's happening. I really do wish we would come together and do something about this shit, but we just don't seem to do that. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up, guys, and I'll catch you all on the next one.